Hello everyone. I just need to quickly check OBS. Okay, let's up the volume a little bit here, because that seems way too quiet. It's hovering all the way down there. And let us begin. Where is... There we go. Excellent, excellent. Okay, just need to get my stream up, turn the volume down. Beautiful. Right, so what we need to do is take the previous chapter. Okay. Control C. And then we go over to draft number 6. And we scroll all the way down to the bottom. Right, so this is chapter 18, Old Friends. Okay, this is a cute scene, I think. Right. So, because wait, I should probably wait a minute. Do this. Oh, I need to edit the command here because otherwise is a closeted update. There we go. Okay, so now that I have this in effect, I can type it again. Okay, there you go. Beautiful. So now people will know who the characters are. Okay, also need to put my glasses on right. Apparently they're not working properly. Okay. Thanks to Junara's wound, and this she could be referring to Clam, so I'm going to change it to the girl. Thanks to Junara's wound, the girl hadn't been able to go to a sand bath in weeks. She reeked, and it was about time Clam got her teeth cleaned. They ached even more than usual. And since Azrin's name changed from Azrin to Junara, and I need to change the nickname of Azzy to Jun. I know, wait, is my audio coming through? Because it wasn't... Okay, there we go, it is coming through. Very good. Jun, are you up to going to the sandbath today? Her wound should be scabbed over enough to stop the sand from getting in. She smiled and circled her head. Thankfully for Clam... Let's change this to Clam's aching bones. It wasn't a long swim. Every arc had a sandbath that could full amenities. The quiet chatter and bustle soothed her. Despite her battered tail, is that a comma? Or to make it the sentence feel calmer? And despite her battered tail, she wished it was a longer swim. The bright ochre and gold gave way to deep blue when they swam into the sandbaths. A few other people rushed ahead, a truly immense Aldor cloaked in a mountain of fabric, and a frail woman who looked like a toothpick. Oh, wait. I thought I had repeated the paragraph, but no, I just jumped back up ahead. And let's change this sheet to Clam, because I want it to be obvious that it's... Okay, everything seems to work. It's pretty much just needing to change the names and the pronouns, pretty much. Oh, and also removing Clam's phonetic accent, because she's... Okay, and because her language is tactile, like the Lorne language... Let me... So let me bring this up here. Communication of deafblind people. This is a form of tactile sign language, which is really cool. Look at that. So complex and versatile. And she waited for the clerk. Clerk? No, I mean clerk. That was a funny typo. She waited for the clerk to extend their hand. You have a quiet room, the noise gets dim. You will have to pay, the stocky clerk said. Clam sighed. She hadn't water. Oh, hello! Thank you, Jiliso. I hope you have fun too. I'm sorry, Jin, but you will have to deal with the noise for just a bit. So at the moment, they are at the sand baths. Jin puffed her chest out, and her expression looked serious as a grave-faced elder. I will deal with it. I know. How has your week been, Jiliso? I hope it's been good. They swam to rooms for teeth and scale cleaning first. A little cleaner shrimp perched on Junara's outstretched hand and waved its antenna about, little legs gently scurrying across her fingers. She laughed. It tickles. It had been a while since she'd seen Orakin care. She missed seeing the little Rassian shrimp flit about. Oh, Moons, I am so sorry for forgetting, Junara said, and promptly bowed to the little cleaner shrimp resting on her hand. Clam stifled a chuckle. Exalted one, an attendant said, cloaked in deep blue, nose wrinkled. Do you want your servant to be clean too? Of course. Please give her the very best shrimp and Rassi. Howdy, Dr. Sirloin. How are you? And oh, I'm so happy to hear you had a proud week. Your niece is graduating uni, had a final performance. Heck yeah. Super happy to hear. She sat in one of let's change this to Clam just to make it clear what's going on here. Her group also got a golden buzzer on BGT. You don't want it usually, but it was exciting. Oh, nice! Heck yeah. Clam sat in one of the chairs designated for servants. Oh, you don't watch it usually. Ah, got it. Thank you. At work, so can't hear, you're just lurking. Right, okay, thank you for the lurk, Jiliso. Thank you for the lurk, Sirloin. Let me type this out in chat. Wait, I must amend this to be Dr. Sirloin, not just Sirloin. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we were here. Clam sat in one of the chairs designated for servants, one without padding, and opened her mouth. Bright-scaled fish took little nibbles at the plaque on her teeth. The rot on her... that's repetition. I just am going to remove that and just change it to the rot. The rot made even their gentle ministration sad, but she did her best not to flinch. The attendant said, Do try to keep your mouth open, Exalted One. It won't do to swallow the Rassi. Yunara circled his head to the right and kept his mouth open, revealing a false eye pattern under the gaping maw of teeth. What did the fish look like, Clam? Oh, wait, I completely forgot. Junara is closeted, so... Hi, Astro! Thank you for the lurk! I hope you have an excellent day. Wait. What did the fish look like, Clam? Small and bright. The shrimp are all adorable, tiny and waving, with little tendrils called antennae. She went on a great deal until the girl seemed satisfied. Her teeth were perfectly gleaming by the time the fish were through. And I can just remove that. The were through. And part after it. I completely forgot what it is. It's gone. We don't need it. The sentence makes sense without it. The attendant gave her... Let's change this to Junara. Wait, I need to make that a capital letter. The attendant gave Junara sweet treats for the fish for her to hold on to. And he laughed as they took nibbles at the food in her hands. Afterwards, they had a perfumed sand bath. Junara insisted. So Junara is a closeted trans boy, and he tried to come out to Clam, but Clam didn't believe him. And this is in Clam's perspective, so I need to change the he pronouns to she pronouns, but I'm not changing who's in the scene. It's still Junara, it's just that he's closeted. And I really like the idea of them having sand baths and using cleanerase and shrimp as sort of dentists. I really like the details, and I love this part especially. A little cleaner shrimp perched on Junara's outstretched hand and waved its antenna about, little legs neatly scurrying across the fingers. She laughed. It tickles. Why did they change their tone, though? Oh, wait. When did I change the tone? I don't remember changing the tone. Huh. Oh, yes. So Clam's dialogue, she's not speaking it anymore. She used to have a phonetic accent, but now she is, there's this. It's a tactile sign language that's used for communication. And Clam isn't deaf-blind, but this is her primary means of communication because... Let's change this. And there we go. Afterwards they had a perfumed sand bath. Junara insisted on scrubbing herself. She boasted that she was very flexible and could reach all the back of her tail without any help, and to Clam's surprise, this was true. They went to a little air bubble created by a magic device Clam didn't know the name of, which Junara was utterly entranced by. She poked it and pushed her head into it, taking gulps of the air. The attendant gave her a bottle of sweet-smelling hair oils to keep her hair waterproof, and she gently patted the oils into her curls. One of the attendants offered to polish her scales, but Junara hissed and whimpered and covered her ears. Clam took her home. She seemed on the verge of one of her fits. When they got to her room, I think I want to make this clear that Clam does not view this as her home just yet. This is Junara's room. This is Junara's room, not their room. When they got to Junara's room, she wrapped her up in a blanket. She rocked back and forth, not in the usual calm way, but in a more desperate fashion. It's the fish that eat the bad parts of my scales and fish the same fish that I eat. It has to be different. Words can mean different things, just like ash means fade, but it also means ribbon. Clam startled. If she told her the truth, she'd swear off eating fish and die, or I needed meat to survive. It is different. I'm probably going to... I was about to put she lied, but I think I should instead say she suppressed a tinge of guilt. Twinge of guilt. It is different. There's fish for eating and fish for cleaning. Is fish a type of animal, but also a type of kelp? You got it, she said, and ruffled her fluffy head. If Clam could just find out who assigned Junara to her, she could find out who wanted to kill the girl. And oh, for the plot of this story, it's predominantly slice of life, but there is an attempted murder plot against Junara, and it's set in a eugenicist, very prejudiced society, and Junara here is blind and autistic, so he's in a lot of danger here. Okay. If Clam could just find out who assigned Junara to her, she could find out who wanted to kill the girl. For that, she'd need the help of high-ranking servants who were permitted to be among the paperwork. Might as well try to ask as she went down to the kitchens. She'd asked for light food that was easy to keep down for Jun's sake. She saw Rotworm and recognized her by her distinctive cleft palate and larger-than-life head fin. The thin lady was exuberant as ever, happily chatting like she hadn't a care. It was a pleasure to be back in the riotous kitchens. Clam went up to her and tapped her on the back. Clam! The woman swept her up in a tight hug, her bony arms displaying surprising strength. I didn't know you were still swimming. Oh, I'm so glad you're still here. There was a slight, strange rumble to her words, audible even above the hubbub. Caledonid, like her, had 2 sets of vocal cords, and they struggled to speak with just one. The currents have favored me well. What have they brought you? Oh god, what's this bit-dependent thing popping up? Be gone. Be gone, I say. You talk like an Arakan. Her lips twitched in distaste. I suppose they brought me decent things. I'm only back in the kitchens with my friends for a bit. I misplaced the stitch and I'm here as punishment, but I'm here, and I do love being with them. My current master's alright, only hit me twice so far, and I get to look at and fix beautiful dresses all day in clear water without any rot. And there's a window! I'm truly blessed. The words tumbled out of her all at once. Clam hadn't been able to get a word in. Someone wants to kill my master. Well, why don't you let them? She's a child. You know Orakan children are just as evil as the rest. They bite at everything, you know, because they think it's prey. It's not cute as you once said, it's terrifying. They're animals, you know, animals, just very smart predators, that's all. And it's only because they have talons and venom that they're in charge. Her head fin bobbed up and down as she talked, just as animated as her arms. Clam inclined her head. She hasn't hit me, and I'll get paired with the cruel master if she dies. She didn't bother talking about Chair Alor. Rotom wouldn't be swayed by Gennara's plight, only clams. So there's another subplot here, where Junara has 1 month to prove his independence, or else be put back with an abusive caregiver. Very well, I'll help you. What do you want? I need to find who assigned Junara to me. How will that help you find who wants to kill him? Wait, her. I swore I'd kill the next Orakan I could lay my so-called delicate Surin hands on. They heard me. Good. Try killing someone else, eh? They'll put you to death if you kill her. And if he hasn't hit you, if you treat servants with dignity, it's best to leave him alive. Need to change the pronouns here. I agree. Can we talk elsewhere? I can't. I have to work. I'm on break for just a few more moments. I'll meet you at the end of the day. Where are you staying? In Koanark, room 23. Oh good. Isn't that the priest's ark? I heard the priests are especially beautiful there. No windows, but the art makes up for it. I'll be with you soon. She went back to weeping Garathi the moment the supervisor clapped their hands. Khan made sure Junara was comfortable and brought him light food throughout the day. Courtesy sticks, mainly. Rotuan, what the words? I cannot talk. Rotuan came and knocked after the evening gong. Junara swam and bowed despite her shakes. Greetings. How have the currents favored you? You do know I'm a servant, dear. I'm a diplomat. It's my job to make everyone feel important. Back to bed, Clam commanded him, and she complied. Wait. Soon cozy and snug amongst the green embroidered blankets. Rotuan's eyes flitted to the platter on the tiled floor. I'll take that back to the kitchens. I will, Clam insisted. Let's talk where she can't hear. I got business. As soon as the door slid shut, Rotuan leaned in. Oh, she's precious. I get why you kept her. She's not a pet. She sure is adorable. No wonder you want to save her. I want to as well, and I've known her for what? Moments? Does she have a fever? I'll check on her, make sure she's well. Don't stress her. I'll be taking care of her. A jolt of guilt ran through. I need to change this to Clam, because otherwise we have 3 hers in the span of, 10 words. It's a bit too much. Don't stress her. I'll be taking care of her. A jolt of guilt ran through Clam. Wasn't she being like a Huna, trying to be the sole and only carer in some vile bid to feel important? Clam straightened. You can talk to him, if you like, but he... Oh wait, I need to change the pronouns. I forgot. But she's sick and tired. Please don't stress her. And we can't talk about who's trying to kill her there either. We must stay out here and talk. I don't think I have access to this files you wanted, though. I'm allowed to do audits, though. She grinned and flashed her pointed teeth. Is there anything else you'd like to say you don't want Junara to hear? I laid with Gimmick, he was brilliant. That's all. Now do we go in? Rotorworm slid the door open too quickly, and it slammed to the side. Junara shuddered. Oh, her hair is a mess. Why haven't you fixed it? You know how to braid hair. It's her mom. She doesn't want anyone else braiding her hair but herself. Well, that simply won't do. Here, child, rest on me. I'll talk to you as I braid your hair. Junara hissed and tried to back up as far as she could in the hammock. Rotorworm barely blinked at that. We can always unbraid it before you go to your mom. She won't know. Junara hissed. That's alright, I can just talk if you'd like. He broke into a wide grin. Wait. A diplomat always makes people feel important by listening. And then changing this to Rotworm's name. Rotworm told her of her whole life story. Let's change that to Junara because otherwise it's a bit awkward. Rotworm told Junara of her whole life story as she did to anyone who would listen. Being given away because of her cleft palate, living in the kitchens before being promoted, all the friends she made along the way, her adventures, stealing healing self, what it was like having masters. Being a servant sounds very sad, Junara said. It's like you're with Chet-a-law all the time. Who's Chet-a-law? Rotom asked, but there was no answer. Junara started to cry. Rotom hugged him. They changed that to her. I need that. I need to... Junara sheed away from Rotom's set embrace and bared her teeth. Rotworm. Clam... Wood clam... What I'm wondering about is if Clam would have sign language as well as the... I don't know exactly. There might be... She might be fluent in 2 languages, both sign language and something like Lorm. I'm not sure. So if she knows sign language, she can sign this. I think... Grabbed the woman's hand so she could speak. Rotom backed off. Alright then, don't get to say it like that. I think he was about to bite you. I wasn't. She swam over to Junara so she could speak to him. She wished she'd been taught with sign language as well as the tactile one. Then why were you baring your teeth like that? I don't know. I'm sorry. She was pressing right on my gash. Oh wait, did they change the pronouns again? Okay. I realize I completely forgot to change the pronouns again. Because to me, Junara is a boy, so I forget that he isn't one to clam. Rotworm's head fin sunk. I'm so sorry, dear. I didn't know. Would you still like a hug? No, I'm a diplomat. Diplomats don't ask strangers for hugs. It's not right. I'm not a stranger anymore. I still don't want a hug. It makes my chest hurt. Who's Chet-a-law? If you want to say, of course. Only if you want to say. He said he'd fix me. Clam tapped Rotworm on the shoulder. Let's talk about him outside. They went out and saw the door shut. Chet-a-law was trying to fix Junara. How so? Trying to get rid of her stutter and stop her from moving about strangely? That doesn't sound so bad. She'll be bullied for it, or I can hate anything different to the norm. It's the methods. He hit Junara. It's why the girl has that gash on her chest. Rotom's mouth... Wait, that's not indented. It must be indented. There you go. Rotom's mouth dropped. Well, I shouldn't expect anything less from a Racken. They even do that to their own. They are brutal, even to their own kind. I have an idea. Junara's friends with an Exalted. We can ask her tomorrow if we can find her. I also have a cursed object she'll know what to do with. Wait, there's a double thingamabob, double full stop. Perhaps Lumen would be able to help her find the documents. Clam would have to confess to her what she'd said, that she swore to kill the next Racken she could get her so-called delicate Soren hands on. Lumen might become even more fervent in removing her as Junara's guardian, but it was a risk she had to take. Okay, there we go. That is chapter 18 edited. So let's move on to this. Oh, this is such a cute chapter. I love this one. Okay, so we copy and paste it from chapter 5. Okay. Hello, Fletch. How are you? Okay, so we've just finished editing chapter 18. And now we are copy and pasting the original chapter from draft 5 into draft 6, and then we'll be editing it. Oh, whoops. Need to... How did I go up all the way there? Okay. Alright. Chapter 19. Punching bags. It was time to teach the girl how to fight. She was utterly defenseless. Let's change this to Lumen, just so that it's clear whose perspective we're in. Lumen couldn't stand her being so pathetic. If Dal was to have her company, she should be worthy of it. Hello, Bahamut. Alien Weze. I can see them. Oh, I think I have some art of them. Let me go get up Clip Studio. And then... Load, please. Hi, Bahamut. How are you doing? Okay, it's still loading. There we go. This was an art redeem from yesterday. So they're not too alien. Oh my god, what's going on here? Happy to hear you're doing good. But this is Lumen here. Really pleased with how this art piece turned out. Okay, just close this. And for context, because a few new people have just dropped in, Junara is a closeted trans boy who has not yet come out as a boy to the other characters. And Lumen is a curmudgeonly exile who is a big fan of fighting and doctor's work. And Junara's last name is Star, and Lumen refers to people by their last names to be polite. It was time to teach the girl how to fight. She was utterly defenseless. Lumen couldn't stand her being so pathetic. If Dal was to have a company, she should be worthy of it. Lumen didn't know where the girl lived, so she would just have to wait until she visited. One day, a very gentle knock came at the door. It then became loud and deafening. Lumen slid the door open. Have some propriety, Dar. There is no need to attack the door. Oh, people always say I knock too quietly. You have overcorrected. Perhaps you have more strength than you know. And speaking of strength, I should like to teach you how to spar. We should swim to Anachor. Anachor? I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce this yet, but I'll figure it out. Can you carry me, please? I'm tired. We could always teach you another day. No, I'm always tired. I learn. I insist. Please. He paused, even longer than usual. I could offer something as trade for being carried. She laughed. No doubt he was trying to... Oh wait, I need to change the pronouns because Lumen doesn't know just yet. Okay. And I think that Junara is going to come out to Lumen here at some point. Probably because it's the men's sparring grounds, because Lumen has been assigned to the men's sparring grounds as a sort of insult of, oh my god, you're so masculine, you might as well be a guy, go fight with them. My only request is that you work hard on sparring. Gently, she scooped the girl up, wary of her talons. Let's change this to her own talons, just so it's clear that she's being wary of her own talons and not Junara's talons. How exactly did one hold a child? What if she dropped her or held her wrong? A rich panic sped through Lumen, and her scent became accurate. Why are you scared? I have talons. I worry about hurting you. Thank you, but you're carrying me well so far. She desperately wanted the girl to swim by herself. She was small enough to be one of her pets, despite her height. She had killed her pets. It didn't feel right for her to be holding one so fragile. She had the mental image of a small wrasse. Let's change it to cleaner wrasse, darting among the teeth of a predator that planned to consume it. You smell really afraid. Am I that intimidating? She guffawed. No, child. I am not a child, she hissed. Or rather I am, but please don't call me one. I meant to be a diplomat. And no diplomat is adorable. They are instead competent. I love Judori, he's adorable. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry that you're adorable. But you are. As you wish, Star, she said. The interaction was amusing to the point of disarming her fear. She's still worried about dropping the girl, or eviscerating her with her talons. But she must continue. She would not allow her fears to make the child uncomfortable. Eventually they arrived at Anashoa, and she gently dislodged the child from her hold on her. And then I think this is where I can include Junara coming out to Lumen. Okay, need to add thank you, autocorrect. This is an all men's grounds. Okay. And the way I make drafts is a little bit out of order. I start out with something here, then I jump to the middle, and then jump back, and it's maybe not the most effective way, but it does work for me. I'll try and make it a little more organized, just for the sake of people watching, but generally I jump around as I edit. This is an all men's grounds. I think I'm stuck. I don't know what she'd say. This is an all men's grounds. They may insist you depart, or refuse to spar with you. Are you like my sibling? They have the mind of an elder, the body of a woman. No, I have the body of a diplomat and the mind of a boy. There we go, let's add a comma. I need to add a question mark here. Of course, he'd focus on specific details instead of the underlying meaning. Lumen had been the same as a child. Ah, wait, typo. Lumen. Lumen. There we go. Lumen had been the same as a child. Okay, please ignore the fact that it took me, I think, 5 typos to write one sentence. Okay. They entered. She found Chihiro sparring with another man, and winning, of course. Lumen, Avi, what's that kid doing with you? I am to teach him how to spar. He is utterly defenseless as it is. Chihiro beckoned. Hi, Miafa. Thank you for the good luck. Hey, try punching me. I want to get a feel for how strong you are. Junara cycled his head to the left viscerally. Diplomats do not hit people. It is very rude. Well, we got punching bags, kid. Come on, follow my voice. I can follow your blood beat. There is no need to talk. And oh, Miafa, Junara is blind, and he can sense heartbeats. So that's just a bit of necessary context. Wait, there's so much that I need to add. Hold on a sec. Where's Junara? Huh. There we go. I did mention here. There we go. Okay, good. Junara followed Chihiro and she'd at the loud sounds of soldiers hitting the punching bags. Chihiro tried to convince the other soldiers to move away to give Junara peace and quiet, but they only hit the punching bags louder. Wait, I don't need that. Don't need that question mark. Alright, kid, give it your all. I don't understand. Hit the punching bags as hard as you can. But what if that hurts the punching bag? Kid, it's a punching bag. It can't be hurt. How do you know? Punching bags don't talk, he said, giving the bag a thwack. See? No screams. Junara flinched and fiddled with his lapel. I want to make it clear that the kavut is a sort of piece of article of clothing, because if I just say kavut without mentioning what else it is, it's a bit unclear what it is. But that's not proof. I couldn't talk for a while, but I still heard. It lacks nerve endings, Lumen explained. Nerves are what allow us to feel sensation, and punching bags lack this. It is possible the punching bag is inhabited by a spirit, but spirits do not feel pain in the traditional sense. Kid, it's alright, just give it a go and have at it. Have what? Am I getting a gift? No, it's a saying. I mean, just punch the punching bag. No, not until you can prove it can't feel anything. Please. Chihiro chuckled. Punching bags would take vengeance on us for hurting them if they actually got hurt. What if they're scared and can't move? They lack the means of feeling we do, Lumen said. They lack nerves and flesh and blood. It is made of cloth and sand. If you say so. I'm going to change this to Junara because otherwise it's a little unclear. Junara felt around for the punching bag's location and limply pushed it. Chihiro and she burst into laughter. It still feels wrong to hit things, even when they're just things. I still worry I might be hurting it. He sniffed, and tears began to slide down past his veil. Chihiro took him by the shoulders, and Junara stiffened. Kid, it's alright. If there's a spirit in it, it's a warrior, and it wants you to make it proud. It wants a good fight. If anything, it will get mad at you if you don't try to punch it. Why would it be mad? Because it's a warrior. It wants you to give it your all. Alright? Alright, Junara said, and moved as though possessed. He bit, tear, and scratched. The poor punching bag shook under his beating. Chihiro hissed in appreciation. Well, you sure made the punching bag proud. You can stop now, kid. Kid? I feel weird now, he said. I don't like that. What if I throw up? He hissed, and my shoulder really hurts. I can't feel my hand. Do you get subluxations and dislocations frequently? Lumen asked. Yes. How did you know? A guess. Anyone could have sprained their shoulder, exerting themselves that intensely, but Junara moved in the stiff, awkward, cautious way that indicated someone not comfortable exerting himself. Going to change this to... no, I'll leave it be, because Lumen's going from the specific to the general. She took him to the infirmary. One man was screaming. Junara shuddered and began to rock back and forth. Do you have any pain medication to help set his shoulder? We believe it's dislocated or subluxed. In a moment, I need to set this man's shoulder first. A sickening snap and it was done. The man howled. Lumen crossed her arms. Did you not use pain medication? Pain grants virtue. Did you not read the Tagera? Lumen flushed. I think this is wrong. She has read it. And pain interrupts our focus, causing our dedication to the hierarchy to falter. Did you not read the Tagera? I like that. I don't know why I find that funny. But yeah, I like that piece of dialogue. So, pain grants virtue. Did you not read the Tagera? And pain interrupts our focus, causing our dedication to the hierarchy to falter. Did you not read the Tagera? Junara had retreated to the corner, rocking back and forth and hissing. Let me set his shoulder, the doctor said. He is clearly distraught. Give him some space. Should I try to comfort him? Chihiro said. No, be quiet and give him... I think that's a repetition of space, right? Give him space, give him space. I'm going to change that to room. Give him room. Her sibling had had similar episodes, and what helped the most was quiet in time, nothing else. Lumen wished she had been a better sibling. She had often made noise to discomfort them. Yes, her sibling had ripped her favourite dress before the meeting, but she should have had the guts to confront them when they were at full strength. Opting to overwhelm them further was a coward's move, and one she had paid for. The doctor advanced upon Junara. She grabbed him by the jacket and hefted him to the side. Do not interfere, she growled. Leave him be. I could have you sent to discipline for interfering with my job. I will continue to interfere until you give the child peace. She glanced at Junara, who seemed to be even more overwhelmed by the argument. She let the doctor go. He began to rush to Junara, but she grabbed his jacket once more. Do you see? He is clearly feral. Look at how he hisses at all who approach. Do not advance unless you intend to be bitten. The doctor circled his head in agreement. Very well. You're still going to discipline, sir? I am a lady. Had her scent not made that clear, then I will double the punishment. A woman will not welcome on men's grounds. The man took her by the arm. She permitted it. I was assigned to Anichoa as punishment. I am welcome here. Still going to discipline, lady. He spat lippy like a scylla. If you set Junara's shoulder without pain medication, I will remember your face, she warned. I am of Kafit stock. You would do well to fear me. After she was taken to discipline, Junara visited her a few days later. They fixed my shoulder, he said. What do you think happens after we die? She suppressed a chuckle. We go to Aishadar, where we spend 5 days awaiting the current's judgment before our reincarnation. Hello, Sunny. How are you? So many people hanging out here today. Wow. They fixed my shoulder, he said. What do you think happens after we die? I'm going to change this to Lumen. We go to Aishadar, where we spend 5 days awaiting the current's judgment before our reincarnation. Oh wait, something I forgot. Lumen refers to Junara by his last name. So I'm going to... Happy to hear you're doing good, Sunny? Okay, so... I just need to go and quickly edit this. If I Control F and look for Junara... Okay, let's go back to the top. Okay, there we go. So now I can see... Alright, there we go. We can fix this pretty fast, pretty quickly. Unfortunately, I cannot do find and replace. I have to replace it manually. Because Junara is known by his first name. By the other characters, and at the moment by his first name to himself too. Alright. There we go. Okay, that's all fixed. That's all done. And I believe we are now onto the next chapter here. Alright, that's good. Chapter 20, A Day Out. Oh, this is a really short chapter. Whoa. Okay. We're making great headway though. Alright. I think I'll probably edit another chapter after this one, just because this chapter is so short. No, wait, I took a shower. Is my hair fluffy yet? Let's see. Going to open OBS so I can see. Oh my god, it's very fluffy. Okay, we're going to edit chapter 20 now. Clam rubbed the scar tissue on her hands and sighed. She was going sick with longing. Her daydreams for her parents were taking up almost every waking thought. Would they care for her? Would they cast her out for not being the proper Surin? Were they even still alive? Her tail ached, and not just from pain. She needed to go somewhere, be somewhere, anywhere but this tiny green room supposedly fit for Unexalted. She missed the raucous of the kitchen as loud as it was. Junara was busy with school. Your hair is great doing its own thing, XD. Yeah, it has a life of its own. Junara was busy with school. She had plenty of time. Let's change this to Clam to make it clear. Time to pretend to be a cleaner and go to a museum. It was what she'd done in the past, but that was decades ago. Her movements were too restricted in the kitchens. She was watched. Here, she had some measure of autonomy. And, oh, I have commands, so if you'd like, there's a refresher on... Like so. I think I need to make a list of commands so people know what they can say. And let me just bring up the plot. Okay, there we go. So that should help bring some necessary context. Okay. Clam took a few cleaning implements and set off in a warm coat. Despite the fine quality and cut, the plain patterns made it clear she was a servant. She asked a fellow servant where the museum was and swam quickly. Clam had to be back before Junara finished school. She didn't want... okay, because Junara is closeted and Well, he's come out to Clam, but Clam didn't believe him. She didn't want the girl to be alone with a potential killer about. Not that Clam could do anything against an Arakan assassin, of course, but it was the principle. A few people wanted the museum, some humming songs to themselves. She recognized one of the songs, but the rest were a mystery. The grandest frieze was that of the Supreme Judgment. It consumed most of the wall, eating it up with geometric swirls of blue. Clam spied little dots of color meant to represent souls trapped in the translucent, fake ice. She set about polishing it, and no one looked at her askance. It looked like she was meant to be here, after all. She stayed wandering the museum until the fourth gong rang out. Gennaro would be back from school now. It was useless. Her presence would do nothing against an assassin, and she wasn't even sure the girl liked her company. Might as well stay here until closing. It was so grand she felt like she could actually breathe. It was another hour or so of polishing before she realized that she needed to fetch food for her. Rage bubbled within. Even though this was her choice to serve, she was as kind as could be. So why did she hate the girl? Clam knew why. Even though she was just a kid, she could order Clam killed. She got the best food, the best blankets, and yes, she actually deserved good things, unlike so many of the other exalted, but she couldn't bear being tied to the girl. She so wished so desperately to live just for herself, selfish as that was. No doubt that was why the currents had guided her to this caste. For her violent impulses and selfish tendencies, she deserved to be a servant. She would be fine. Clan could stay here longer. But even though she knew she was safe, she sat back because she was afraid Junara would punish her for her absence. She swam back into the cramped room and suppressed the urge to hug herself. Junara emerged from a pile of blankets and bowed. "Greetings. How have the currents favored you? Where were you? I was scared." She had responsibilities now. It wasn't right of her to prioritize herself over Junara. Even if she did hold all this power over Clam, she was still just a kid. She was just probably at a still. And a scared one at that. "Can you promise not to send me to discipline or hit me?" "You could order me killed if you wanted." And they'd listen. A typical pause. She knew better than to assume malice, but it still scared her. "I can do that?" he said. "Why? That's mean. That's like giving a hatchling a knife. It's wrong." She chuckled. "It is wrong. Can you promise me you'll try and keep me safe?" Another pause that sent worry creeping into her bones, even though... Eh? What's this? "She won?" That's a strange typo. Another pause that sent worry creeping into her bones, even though she knew it was nothing more than him gathering his thoughts. "Promise what?" Oh wait, due to the nature of dialogue. "Promise what?" Oh, of course. Wait, that's not an M dash. It's an N dash. We must fix that. I remember now? Yes. "I promise not to hurt you or order you killed." He swam. Wait, I need to change that. She swam about. "I scare you, don't I? This isn't a question. Beyond doubt, clear as the waters of Asia, absolute, certain. Oh, sorry, I forgot people don't like me doing this." "You can go on. I don't mind." "No, the point is that I scare you. Why?" "Because even if you don't want to hurt me, you can." "I understand. I'm going to get you food now." "You look thin." "I can get it." "Can you balance food on a platter?" "Not well." "Then I'll get it. You can come with me." "I'm tired, but I can come with you. I might fall asleep mid-water though." "Go sleep." She curled up in the hammock, one fang poking out of her mouth. Oops. And her breath soon became slow and steady. Sunny Orakin could fall asleep at the drop of a pin. Alright. So that's good, we're doing well. Okay. Do I have the energy to edit another chapter? I think that I do. It's only been 40 minutes. So we're going to go here. Wait. There we go. Beautiful. Actually, I do have a meeting tonight, and I'm getting a bit tired, so I think I might, unfortunately, have to end the stream a little early. I'm not entirely sure though. Yeah, I think I might be getting too tired. Let's make it clear that this is to edit. And let's go ahead and send a raid someone's way. Who is streaming? Let's raid Disruptor 88, I think. Yeah, let's raid Disruptor 88. Disruptor 88. There you go. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you all have an absolutely splendid day. Thank you and take care.